Welcome back. It's been a minute and I have some updates. So today I want to walk through and talk about where I've been and where my headspace has been at with my 3D printing business. It's obviously been slow in the shop, as you can hear how quiet it is. I do have some orders to send out, but for the most part, I've had a lot of downtime and ability to think about the direction of the business. And this is something that I feel like I kind of do on a continual revolving basis. I feel every quarter or so, I end up kind of back in this situation. But now that I've been doing this pretty focused for over a year, I have quite a lot of insight into some things that are working well for my business and some things that are not. So let's dive in, talk about one big update and a few small things that I'll be completely cutting out of my business. Before we move forward, I just want to say thank you. If you like this type of content, feel free to like and subscribe. It's been crazy to see the channel's growth, but I'll have more videos coming out. And if you ever want to chat with me, there's two ways to do it. We have live streams generally every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern where you can tune in, ask me questions live, or if you want some one-on-one personal time, feel free to check out my website. I do offer personal coaching sessions if you want help on your business, product ideas, 3D printing, or every once in a while I'll have somebody jump on and ask me stuff for YouTube. So either way, check that out, but let's actually dive in this time. Something recently that's really impacted my life is this book. I picked it up about a week and a half or two ago and spent one day reading through the entire thing. It's called The Dip by Seth Godin, and I would just want to say thank you to the first business author who knows how to just say what they need to say and nothing else. This book walks through understanding when you need to quit, and I think over the past year, I've been really throwing a lot of stuff at the wall, trying to figure out what's going to stick, and really have come to the conclusion that I'm doing too much and I need to focus in and cut some things out of my business. Now, for those of you who are new here, the shop has expanded quite a lot. You know, we're at 8 P-Series printers and we've got 7 A1 minis. We have a full assembly photo, well, it's kind of messy right now, and packing station for all my stuff. And I have a built-out workshop. One of my goals this year was to actually put in a garage, but I think I'm going to postpone that and see how long I can last in here because I don't really need the space. I can get a lot of product out the door in this small area. Well, it's not so small anymore. But what I'd like to tell you about is that this was built up by helping other people produce their products. So I'm doing manufacturing, and most of my business that has helped me grow is by producing things for others. Some of those partnerships are just flat out doing batch production runs, and others are actually doing batch production or order production and fulfillment of those orders. And what I'm realizing is that's an area that I'm really good at. I'm kind of a process guy. So I don't know if you've ever played the video game Factorio, but I love making systems and processes work well, and I have now a system that I've built out with a year's worth of experience and shipping thousands of orders to understand what I need to have in place to make that process simple, streamlined, and also cost-effective along the way. Alongside that aspect of the business, I still do make my own products and sell them on my Etsy shops. And at this point, I have 3 Etsy shops, and this is the first area that needs to change. The Dip helps you understand exactly when is the right time to quit. And what he says is everybody, no matter what career or entrepreneurial thing you're doing, no matter what it is, you're always going to go through something called the dip, where you start off and you actually have a lot of success in the beginning with minimal effort. But as you spend more time and more effort, the success really ramps down. And it isn't until you go through what he calls the dip do you actually get to expertise and your results from that start to explode. Now, the struggle is understanding if everything or anything is worth going through the dip, because I'll tell you what, the dip is not necessarily fun. The dip is not exciting. The dip is a bunch of being a student again at the thing that you thought you already were good at or already had figured out. And I'll tell you what, sometimes it can be mind-numbing. For me, that looked like trying to start all these extra Etsy shops. Now, right off the bat, one of the Etsy shops I'm gonna have to close is something called the Print and Plant Shop. It's something that I haven't actually told you guys on the channel about, but I've had up for almost a year now. I created a small set of matching potter planters, such as these guys, and they're removable. And you can see I can even kill a succulent plant, so I don't know. I guess I'm not the green thumb guy. But that being said, is the fact that I even have it online still means I'm spending some sort of mental energy thinking about it. Now, I haven't been putting new products up or anything, but it didn't provide the level of success that I wanted. And at the end of the day, it's not worth the extra time when, again, my business is producing things for others, not necessarily trying to fiddle around with a competitive marketplace that I'm not super invested in. So that's the first thing that is needing to go, is cutting out some of this extra fluff. The next thing that needs to change and actually focus in a little bit more is how I want to run my print farm. Now, when it comes to producing other people's products, I've been kind of cavalier or didn't really have a good understanding of how I wanted to price out time on my machines and my labor costs. So I've come up with a better solution, and going forward, I think I'm going to be providing a per cost production or per unit production cost for different batch runs, such as things like this. And I will be pretty flexible on different types of materials or anything that may need to be used. And I have even been doing some small resin production runs for people as well. And that's opened a lot of doors. I've been learning new things, whether it's resin and how I can make production parts with that, which is its whole own thing, or how I need to price my printers so I feel comfortable with the time that's being spent on them. There's a huge range of different prices. I've seen anywhere from people just wanting to make any money and charging $1 per hour on their machines, all the way up to like $10 per hour on their machines. And you still have to factor in labor, assembly, packaging, and all this other stuff, which is a little tricky. I'm still figuring out some of it, but that is another big piece of the puzzle that I've now been able to understand a little bit better. Now, with the confidence of being able to have a pricing structure that works and having a system set up, one of my goals this year is actually to go out and get some local B2B business. So I guess if you're watching this and you're also looking for batch production runs and need a partner to produce those parts for you, please hit me up. I do have my email in the bio of the channel. Feel free to message me there and we can start up a conversation. I have printers and capacity available, and I am still expanding my print farm. So if it's a good job and I don't have the printers open, I may be open to buying some more to fill the need. So just let me know if you're interested in doing that, because this year we are going to make some moves in that direction. I feel like one of the reasons I've been afraid to make a video over the past few weeks is kind of a fear of failure, to be honest. Something that may be hard to explain, but I'm sure you guys will understand is, now that I'm at like almost 24,000 subs, I'm always surprised by the amount of feedback you guys give me. It's so positive. And I know there's a lot of you who look up to me in a way that thinks I've done something. What I'd like to tell you is I'm just doing something. I don't know if I've ever completed what I'm out here doing yet, if that makes sense. And this book kind of reinforced some of those thoughts, but also gave some clarity to understand that that's okay. And this was also really encouraging in the way that it shared that with me, while also recognizing the quote failures or things I need to step away from. And I just noticed those blue matches. That's really nice. Anyway, sorry, side tangent. So I'm back, and I think it's really cool that I can share this journey with you guys. I would highly recommend you guys go read this book. I just want to let you know that this book is actually free online. You can buy the physical copy. It's an old book at this point, like 2010 or something. I'm not sponsored, but honestly, please go read it. But the PDF version is freely available on different academic sites. And you might have to like sign up for a free account with like an academic white paper site or something, but you can get the PDF for free. That's where I started, and then I liked it so much I actually went and bought the book online. And I think everyone needs to understand the principles in this book, to understand that your failures are okay, understanding your failures even better, and stopping ahead of time before you drive yourself into a bigger failure is the best. And understanding the dip, like the one I'm in now with the YouTube channel, the one I'm in now with my Off the Bench store, is really good. And now I have some clear direction with wanting to do more batch production, which I've been doing with several different partners, and also really honing in on YouTube and getting some more videos out for you guys. I've been talking about it for weeks, but I've just been camera shy, which is kind of funny to say. some things that I do have coming up, so everyone knows, is I have some features for the plasticity 3D software. It's the modeling software I prefer. Some of my subscribers actually tuned me into that and gave me the encouragement to try it out, and I'm just in love with it. I do have a discount code if you know about it. It's called Off the Bench. I'll have it in the description below. It's 10% off for plasticity. I get a small kickback, helps support the channel. I'll be doing some videos on why I like that software compared to things like Fusion 360 or Onshape or others, because I do have some very important pieces when it comes to running a 3D printing business. So stay tuned for a follow-up video on that. I have some stuff coming up with potentially automation or particularly a new TPU setup, some workflow updates that I need to figure out. Now that it's warm outside, the humidity has really increased, and to get TPU prints to work well in an open air, I've got about a day on these rolls before they have to be chucked back in the dryer. So I'm constantly rotating them out of this dryer that I got. And I can, maybe do a short on that so you guys can see it. But anyway, thanks again for sticking around. I really do appreciate everybody who watches these channels. Business and life is just a struggle. It's a good struggle. It's worth going through. It's the dip that everyone has. You're gonna have many dips throughout your life. So stick around, like, subscribe if you like this type of content, and tune in to this Wednesday or Thursday, probably Wednesday, at 3 p.m. Eastern for a live stream. I'll try to schedule ahead of time so you know when the video is. And if you want to chat one-on-one, feel free to go to my website, and you can shoot me an email there if you have questions, or sign up for a coaching session. Anyway, I'll talk to everybody later. Thanks again, and see you next time.